All right, if you're using Claude for coding, you've definitely felt it, right? That moment you hit your usage limit and you're thinking, how did that happen so fast? Well, that's exactly what we're going to fix today. We are diving into 18 token management hacks that are going to take you from hitting that limit to becoming a power user who's completely in control of your own token economy. And this right here is the smoking gun. A developer actually analyzed a long chat session and found that a staggering 98.5% of their tokens weren't for generating new code. Nope, they were just for Claude rereading stuff that had already been set. That is a crazy amount of waste. And trust me, it's happening in pretty much every session. So what even is a token? Just think of it as the smallest piece of text the AI can handle. Usually it's about one word. But here's the catch, the really important part on this slide. Every single time you send a new prompt, Claude doesn't just read your new message. It goes all the way back to the very beginning and rereads the entire chat up to that point. Once you get that, everything else starts to make sense. And this just shows you the brutal math of it all. Your cost isn't adding up, it's compounding. That first message might be, say, 500 tokens. But by message number 30, a prompt that's the exact same length could cost you over 15,000 tokens. Why? Because it's rereading the other 29 messages every single time. It's an exponential curve that sneaks up on everybody. So here's our game plan for today. We'll start by really digging into that compounding cost. Then we'll move through 3 tiers of hacks, stuff you can do right away, stuff to get proactive, and some really advanced strategies. And then we'll wrap it all up by talking about a new mindset called context hygiene. Okay, so let's start with the full picture here. It turns out it's not just your chat history that's costing you. There's this whole hidden layer of what I call invisible overhead that's also being reread every time, just quietly dripping tokens away in the background. And these are the invisible culprits. You've got your project's constitution file, any servers you've connected, the system prompts, and any files you've loaded in. All of that stuff gets added to the context. And yeah, just like your chat history, it gets reread and reprocessed with every single message you send, which just keeps feeding that compounding cost. All right, now that we know what we're up against, let's get to the good stuff, the solutions. We're going to start with Tier 1. These are simple, super high-impact habits you can start using right now for instant savings. These are the absolute fundamentals. First up, make the /clear command your best friend. Seriously. Starting a completely new task, clear the conversation. Dragging old context into a new topic is probably the #1 way people waste tokens. Second, disconnect any servers you're not actually using. Third, batch your instructions. Sending 3 separate messages can cost way more than just one combined message. And last, if Claude makes a small mistake, just edit your original prompt instead of sending a follow-up correction. An edit replaces the bad turn, but a follow-up just adds more expensive history to the pile. So this is the big question, isn't it? Most of this token drain is totally invisible. You can feel that limit getting closer, but you can't actually see why. So how do you make all that invisible stuff visible? Okay, your first tool in the toolkit is the /context command. Run this at the very beginning of a session before you even type your real prompt. It'll give you a full breakdown of where your tokens are going from the get-go. System prompts, loaded files, servers, the whole shebang. It shows you the price of admission before the show even starts. And your second key tool is /cost. You want to run this every so often during your session. It gives you a real-time audit of how many tokens you're using and what it's costing you. Using /context at the start and /cost as you go is like having a real-time fuel gauge for your token tank. Now, if you want constant visibility, set up a status line right in your terminal. It's a super simple 3-step process. You just run the command /status, status_line, and tell it what you want to see. This puts your current model, your usage percent, and your raw token count right at the bottom of your screen all the time. No more flying blind. Okay, now that you can see what's going on, let's move to Tier 2 and get proactive. These hacks are all about managing your context before it gets bloated and expensive. So, a huge part of being proactive is how you handle your Claude MD file. A bad file is just a 1,000-line data dump that gets read on every single message. A much better approach is to treat it like a lean index, under 200 lines, that just points Claude to where the bigger chunks of information are. You gotta keep it clean and lean. This next one is a technical detail that costs people a fortune without them even knowing it. Claude uses a cache, so it doesn't have to reprocess everything. But that cache expires after 5 minutes. So if you send a prompt, walk away to grab a coffee, and come back 6 minutes later, bam. Your next message forces Claude to reread everything from scratch at full price. Those short breaks can cause huge, unexpected spikes in your usage. And a few more proactive tips for you. Be surgical. Don't just say, find the bug in my project. Say, check the verify user function in auth.js using the @filename command. Second, don't wait for the context to automatically compact itself at 95%. Manually run/compact when you're around 60% full to keep things tidy. And finally, just be careful with commands that generate a ton of text, like git logs, because all of that output gets dumped right into your context window.
Okay, it is time for Tier 3. These are the real strategic plays for those complex workflows, all designed to give you maximum efficiency and control over every single token.
A massive part of advanced strategy is just using the right model for the job. Don't use the most powerful and expensive model, Opus, for everything. That's like using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. Use Opus for the big picture, high-level architectural planning. Stick with Sonnet for your day-to-day coding. And for simple stuff like formatting text or running small subagents, delegate that to the cheapest and fastest model, Haiku. Matching the tool to the task is a game changer. You can also get strategic about when you do your work. During peak hours, think 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern on weekdays, your session window drains a bit faster. So save your really heavy lifting for off-peak hours. Run those massive code refactors, your complex multi-agent sessions, and those huge project builds in the evenings or on weekends, when your usage meter just runs slower. Let's talk subagents for a second. These workflows can burn through tokens like crazy, but you can be smart about it. If you have a one-off research task or you need to process a huge document, delegate it to a sub-agent that's running on the cheap and fast Haiku model. This basically builds a wall around that task, keeping all that temporary context and token cost separate and out of your main expensive coding session. So, after all these tiers and all these hacks, we finally get to the real solution. And honestly, it's about shifting your perspective. The goal isn't just to avoid hitting a usage limit. And this, right here, is the most important takeaway of all. For the vast majority of users, this is not a limits problem. It's a context hygiene problem. It's about building good habits, being aware of what's in your context window, and proactively managing it, instead of just letting it grow into an expensive, inefficient mess. We've covered a ton of ground, from simple commands to advanced strategies. The power to control your token usage is officially in your hands now. We even put together a printable quick reference guide for you with all the key commands, which you can find linked below. So really, the only question left is this: which one of these token hacks are you going to try first?